After a beautiful day in Omaha, Nebraska, everyone's convening at the CHI Health Center for the Georgetown Hoyas are in town to take on 17th ranked Creighton. And good evening, everybody. Alongside my partner, Nick Baugh, I'm Kevin Kugler. The Creighton Blue Jays trying to get a surge going through mid-February, and Baylor Shireman providing a big spark for the Blue Jays.
From start to finish all season long, Shireman has been incredibly consistent on both ends of the floor. The way he has scored it at a high clip and the way he's rebounded has really helped this Creighton team. And when you look at how he's played of late, he's done a really good job, I think, Kevin, of getting all the way to the basket. He's had a couple of in-traffic dunks. You see the numbers, 500 assists, over 1,000 rebounds. He can shoot it. He can score it. This guy can do a little bit of everything.
He's Mr. Versatile. There's no doubt about that. And if you're looking for a guy for the Hoyas, this is something that Ed Cooley's been doing all season long, trying to find his Baylor Shireman. You're talking about a program that has so much tradition, so much pride, but it's been a struggle this year in the first year for Ed Cooley at Georgetown. He has gotten a nice spark, though, the last couple of games from Dontrez Styles, the North Carolina transfer.
And it's important to keep in mind with Styles, Kevin. Styles averaged 5 minutes a game at North Carolina. This is a guy that has barely dipped his toes into the college basketball scene, and he has completely transformed his production level here in Washington, D.C., playing for Ed Cooley. And what he's been doing lately has really helped, providing some consistent scoring around Jaden Epps to take a little pressure off of him. You see the numbers, 13 points, a little over 40% from the floor, very athletic player at 6'6". Really like what I've seen from Styles all season and of late.
Creighton at home, they're a prohibitive favorite, but Georgetown has talent. Don't think Greg McDermott is taking this game lightly in any way in Omaha. Tip-off is coming between the Hoyas and Blue Jays next. Down Omaha, we're closing in on tip-off between the Georgetown Hoyas and the Creighton Blue Jays. It's dollar beer night, and everybody's fired up for the start of this one in the Big East. And we welcome you back courtside alongside my partner Nick Baugh, Kevin Kugler. You see the standings, the Creighton Blue Jays in third place. UConn seems to have taken control right now of this Big East standings, but the top 5 teams get that first round bye in the Big East tournament. But of course, Creighton, Nick, has designs on something even greater than the Big East tournament. They're talking NCAA tournament and a high seed, but a loss to Georgetown is not in the plans for teams that have a high seed design in the NCAA tournament.
And that's basically what Greg McDermott told us at shoot-around on why this game was really important. You're certainly thinking about Big East seeds, but you're always thinking about your NCAA tournament resume and Selection Sunday that is going to be here before you know it. So it's a big game for Creighton, and Georgetown's got the Blue Jays' full attention.
Your starting lineups are sponsored by Jeep. There's only one Wayne Bristol Jr. moving into the starting lineup tonight for the Georgetown Hoyas. No surprise to see that lineup for the Creighton Blue Jays. That's the usual 5 for the Jays, and let's be honest, we're not going to see too many guys off the bench. This team plays those starters. They play them a lot, and they should. These are excellent players. You see what Baylor Shireman has done on the season. Just some outstanding talent out there on the floor for the Blue Jays. Not the deepest of teams, but they haven't needed to be deep.
Well, and Creighton leads the nation in fewest fouls per game, so they rarely have to navigate foul trouble. And when you got studs that aren't in foul trouble, you want to keep them on the floor.
And the tip is knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to the Creighton Blue Jays. So Creighton ready to get things started. And we're going to keep an eye on both of those numbers, the assist numbers and the made threes for the Hoyas tonight. That's the key to an upset on the road in Omaha. 8 to shoot. Shireman into the paint, fades away, and gets his first 2. Supreme Cook battling inside for the rebound, and rebound tipped out to Shireman.
This is where Creighton really has to put their foot on the gas. Greg McDermott said, "We want to really explore things in transition against Georgetown defensively."
Well, they've struggled a little bit in transition this year as Kalkbrenner gets
been just like that. Lobs right at the rim. Just got great hands around the 10.
He had 6 dunks last time out against Xavier. He lived at the rim, which is where the Jays want him. Shireman living at the rim right now, and he gives the Jays the lead.
Vertical, but taking the contact and still having the concentration to get it up off the window.
Good start on the road for Georgetown. Ashworth will splash down the first three of the night for Creighton. Cook trying to work against Kalkbrenner, no sale. Ashworth quickly to Alexander, baseline drive, wrap around to Miller, toes the line for three.
That's how fast it can happen. It's a nice push. Understanding that Kalkbrenner backpedaling rather than challenge him at the rim, stop from three.
They saw what happened to possession before challenging Shireman at the rim. Kalkbrenner will try the three, and he'll hit.
Freshman, he got hurt right before the season started, about a month before the season started, so he missed a lot of the preseason practices and then the non-conference. So he's kind of playing catch-up, but he's really played more of late.
What a frustration from tip over. Farabello, the open man for three.
Wow. First of all, great catch by Kalkbrenner, but you see Jason Green's back cut drew Farabello's guy down a little bit. No, it's something that you do want to have somebody emerge, whether it's Jason Green, Francisco Farabello, Trout. It would be nice if you had somebody emerge from a consistency standpoint.
Oh, Trey Alexander, speaking of consistent, one of the most consistent. And it's Shireman working against Styles, now picked up by Masood on the switch. Here's Alexander to work against Brumbaugh, just throws it at the rim and finds the bottom of the net. He's got 7, and the J
job sniffing out the pet play, that little baseline pin down into a post up for Kalkbrenner, but then just a little too physical.
In the corner, Ashworth, a 13-0 Blue Jay run.
Great set out of baseline, out of bounds, but
Styles, good challenge on the board by Styles.
Very good.
Epps on the drive. Kalkbrenner says no. Farabello on the push. Here's Shireman, the skip to Ashworth, underneath for Green.
Cook has to find a way to put his fingerprints on the game on the glass. Now he's got back-to-back offensive rebounds that have led to 4 points for Georgetown.
Here's it. 3 for Alexander, and that quiets the hopes of the Hoyas. He's got 10. Illinois, who averaged just under 10 points per game in his freshman year with the Illini, came into this one averaging nearly 18 points per game. Alexander, the lob to Kalkbrenner, and the easy finish.
Well, we talked about when is Georgetown going to go zone.
Lob was enough. Under 4 to play in this first half. Alexander looking, nothing there. Shireman, lob down, Kalkbrenner in traffic, patient, and finishes at the rim. He's got 9.
Ishmael.
Epps got a look. Ashworth will push. Farabello open in the corner. That three will fall. 40-23. Creighton with its largest lead, and a timeout taken by Georgetown. Styles short on that one, and Ashworth with the rebound. Ed Cooley said something, and Greg McDermott had to stifle a laugh. Alexander, 3 in transition, snaps the twine again. Trey Alexander with another tray. Year in and year out. Seems like the best never get props for being the best.
You're so right.
Alexander's 3 drops again. 4 for 4 from three-point land, and Trey Alexander with 6 got it off in time. Jay's working for the last shot. 7 seconds and counting. Shireman in the scramble to Ashworth. Back to Shireman with 2 seconds. The 3 is up and off. Halftime has arrived, and a half dominated by the home team. 46-27. Creighton in full control of this one. We'll come back to Omaha for stats and analysis after a quick timeout. Creighton with a 46-27 advantage over the Georgetown Hoyas. You're watching Big East basketball on FS1.
At North Carolina. So he is still in the acclimation period of getting used to high-level Division I basketball on a consistent basis.
There's a high-level play. The lob to Kalkbrenner, who finishes and is fouled.
And how about you plant Steven out in that list, but man, is he tough. And he cares about it. You know, there's part of like he values rebounding. He knows that's what he needs to do.
Alexander, tough shot, makes it look so easy. He's got 18. Here's Ashworth off the inbound. That 3 is off. Rebound, Shireman is 8th to Alexander for 3. A rebound and an assist for Shireman. 3 more for Alexander. He's got 21.
A little work to do. Some more zone from Georgetown here.
Alexander probing that zone. Here's Shireman, another look from three. This one will fall. Another clean look. And after the 0 for 6 start, here's Epps. You know he's going to keep shooting. Off on that 3, and Ashworth looking to push. He's got Shireman running to the rim for 2 more. 9 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. History could happen tonight on FS1.
Anytime you're watching history, it's a big deal.
Here's Alexander. Another 3 off, but Green there for the follow. First miss from Trey from 3. Jace floater drops. He's got 15, but he's had to shoot it 16 times to get those 15 points. Shireman feeds Alexander. The 3 falls. Trey Alexander with 24 and another assist. Are you ready? Are you prepared for a triple-double warning?
I think I am at this point, because this is not, and you're going to get to the double-double here.
There's the double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds. He's 1 assist away. Here's Shireman looking for assist number 10. Kalkbrenner, the catch, the roll, the finish at the rim. And there is the triple-double. The first ever in Blue Jay history. Here's Alexander. He's had 24 tonight. Shireman feeds Kalkbrenner. 1 dribble to the rim for 2 more.
It's just another great pass from Shireman, reading the whole standard, not the score. And it's important, as Ed Cooley's installing his culture and a foundation, that get established. So I know it feels like the score's out of hand as Shireman gets another easy drive to the basket, but these are...
Comes from a winning high school program. He understands how to win. When you're building that culture, experience with winning is a big deal.
I think it's one of the most underrated things to look at as Ashworth splashes a 3 when you're recruiting.
Against Creighton on Fox on Saturday.
Yeah, you're going to be there in Indianapolis in Hinkle Fieldhouse. That's going to be a heck of a game.
Ashworth for 3. And Ashworth with his 4th from range tonight. He's into double figures with 12.
The Oliveri, Alamir Dawes, DJ Davis. Tonight he guarded Epps for stretches, so he's taking a big leap there too.
Doetzler, good find underneath to get it to Frederick King for his first 2. Put around to Trout, who dives on the floor for it. 6 to shoot for Doetzler. Parabello going to have to launch. Gets it to Miller for 3. Oh, in the scramble, the Jays find 3. Doetzler with 15 to shoot. He'll drive inside, and Josiah Doetzler with 2 on the board.
Pretty good little change of speed from...
And the Jays can dribble this one out. Greg McDermott and Ed Cooley about to meet at half court. 2 great friends. And they will enjoy the conversation more on a different day. 94-72. Creighton with the victory. When we return to Omaha, a chance to hear from Baylor Shireman, the first points, rebounds, assists, triple-double in Creighton history. Coming up next. Blue Jays dominate tonight, a 94-72 win over the Georgetown Hoyas, now 18-7 and 9-5 in Big East play. We welcome you back to Omaha and courtside. The man of the hour joining us, Baylor Shireman, who ends up with the first points, rebounds, and assists triple-double in the history of Creighton basketball. There have been 3 previous triple-doubles, all done by Benoit Benjamin, all with points, rebounds, and block shots. We saw the smile, Baylor, right after that last one. I assume you knew that you were close to the triple-double.
Yeah, you know, some of the teammates on the bench were kind of, letting me know where I was at. And obviously I've been close before and haven't been able to get it done. So being able to finally get one was a special feeling. And obviously got to give the credit to my teammates, making shots, finding me when I'm open. So.
Did you ever get a triple-double in high school?
Yeah, I got multiple.
You got multiple
in high school.
So this is an uncharted territory. You mentioned you were flirting with it. What was working today? I mean, you guys at Georgetown kind of hung in there early, but you were able to extend it. What was going right for you?
Yeah, well, I think, we were able to get stops in a row there and able to get out in transition and get some easy shots that way. And obviously, I didn't shoot it well tonight, but, we got Trey going early, which was huge for him. And, we turned good shots into great shots offensively, and we're able to get some separation there.
Baylor, you think about all the greats that have come through this program, guys who've had long NBA careers, guys who are still in the NBA having terrific careers. To be the first to do anything is always unique. To be the first with a triple-double seems especially cool. What's that like to be a part of making history in a Creighton uniform?
Yeah, it's just it's a special feeling. It's what I've worked for my whole life, and I just have to give credit to God for putting me in this situation, and then my teammates and coaches for trusting me to go out there and kind of just play free.
I remember I talked to Coach McDermott when I came to practice in October. I said, "Is there a guy that's been most improved?" And he said, "Baylor."
Yeah.
He said, "You." Take me back to the work in the summer and how it's paying off now. What were you thinking about, and how has it paid off?
Yeah, well, I just thought there was a lot of things I could get better at. I thought my body could take big strides, and that would help me, especially in Big East play. And then just continuing to work on my jump shot, being able to get my shot off quicker and be more consistent. Obviously, I didn't shoot it well tonight, but being able to impact the game in other ways is something that, I take pride in.
Only 32 minutes tonight. I don't even know what you're going to do tonight. You're wide awake. You didn't hardly work at all. Baylor Shireman, congratulations. First triple-double points, rebounds, assists in Creighton history.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Creighton gets the win 94-72 tonight over the Georgetown Hoyas. Fifth straight double-double for Baylor Shireman as well, and 5 straight games of double-figure rebounds. Really, for Creighton, a complete performance tonight, Nick Baugh. They get the win shooting 59% from the floor, and outscoring Georgetown 94-72.
It was one of those nights for the Blue Jays where everything was clicking.
Greg McDermott's squad will turn their attention now to Butler coming up this weekend on Fox. For Nick Baugh and our entire Fox Sports crew, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from Omaha. Blue Jays get the 22-point win.